Okay, let's do a little work in progress video on the new machine and new knives, the first knives on the new machine. So I'm going to mock up, I've actually already cut these parts, and I'm going to run the program again at about triple the speed and without the coolant on, so that you can see what's going on here. And it's about a 10-minute cycle. So I tripled the speed to cut them down to 2.5, 3 minutes each. I'm going to make 2 videos, one for each set of tools. So I use 4 tools on this, 2 1/4-inch tools and 2 1/8-inch tools. I do a little bit extra more work on these than I normally would, or if it was a production knife, because I don't really care a lot about how long it takes on these, so it's not set up to be the most efficient thing in the world. But when I water jet cut them, the design has changed since then, and there's some places where I had to remove substantially more material. So I make extra passes in order to not screw up any cutters or anything up. Anyhow, let's hit the green button and see what happens here. Let's take a look and watch it run at about triple speed and almost no RPM. I'm only running at 500 RPM, and normally with this cutter I think it was running closer to 5,000. This is a 1/4-inch cutter. Right now it's doing some of those passes, getting rid of material where there was a lot extra from the water jet machine. And then you'll see in that little corner there, it's going to hit, I'll tell you right now, that little corner there, the cutter doesn't get all the way in there, so later on when I switch to an 1/8-inch cutter, I'll have to go back in there and dig that little corner out too. So anyhow, I'm using 2 tools of each size, so that one is a roughing tool and another one's a finishing tool, and the rougher will get rid of all the material, and then the finisher will come by and make a cut, and then I'm sure they're all the same from one knife to the next, because I'm using a cutter that's removing minimal amount of tool, minimal amount of steel, and so dimensionally it should stay the same. Alright, that's it for the first tool. Second tool's changing now. It's cleaning up that outside. And now it's actually roughing the blade profile, which I hadn't done before. I only do 1 pass on it because I'm going to sharpen that stuff anyhow. But I want to mill and at least get the water jet material off of there. So I'll come over and do these 2 blades now. And then when it's all done doing the full profile here, I'll come back and do all the stuff that's mostly internal to the knife when the knife's actually built. And I don't do any of the outside, the actual spine of the knife, because I'll just grind that in. I don't need to do it. This geometry here though is tough to get in and grind. Got to use a small wheel, and there's a lot of weird angles and everything, so I might as well machine it. And since it's on the machine to do the stop pin portion anyways, well, why not do the profile? This tool in normal running is 5 minutes it takes to run these first 2 tools. And that's it. That's the first 2 tools and the first video. I'm going to turn this off and then turn it right back on and shoot a second video of doing the 1/8-inch stuff, which is going to get in here and do all of the stuff for the internal stop pin. That's it. Enjoy.